Well, turning now to some other breaking news. The initial report from the inquiry into foreign interference was released in Ottawa last hour. Inquiry Commissioner Marie-Josée says in her first findings that the foreign interference did occur, but did not change the outcome of the past two federal elections. Here's more of what she had to say.
Voters were able to cast their ballots, their votes were duly registered and counted, and there is nothing to suggest that there was any interference whatsoever in this regard. Nor did this foreign interference have any impact on which party formed the government in the two most recent elections. Nonetheless, the acts of interference that occurred, some of these acts have been established while others remain only suspected, are a stain on our electoral process and impacted the process leading up to the actual vote.
So let's bring in our Janice McGregor. Janice, what are the main takeaways from this initial report?
Well, much like Special Rapporteur David Johnston before her, Marie-Josée agrees that the government, the Liberal government that's in power right now, was duly elected. The electoral system was robust enough to survive and to allow people to vote and have their votes count in both the 2019 and the 2021 elections. Where she parts company with David Johnston is more, what about the local races? What about kind of the individual or the smaller examples and ways in which foreign interference may have played a role? And on this, she specifically says that, well, she's not able to say for sure that there might have been at least one riding where foreign interference affected the outcome, that it does seem like there was some significant foreign interference. And furthermore, that while the foreign interference that existed in the last two elections may have been slight, it could become severe in the future. You heard her call it a stain on our democracy. She talked about how overall, knowing that there has been election meddling from hostile foreign governments impacts people's trust and confidence in their democracy. And she talked about also how it is diaspora communities in particular that could be deterred from voting, that could come to lose faith in the process that is supposed to represent them. She talked specifically about two instances, one in 2019 and one in 2021. The 2019 example actually concerns a nomination meeting, not the election itself, but it was a nomination that happened inside the writ period that fall in the Toronto riding of Don Valley North. This is the riding represented by now independent MP Han Dong. The alleged interference that she examines there, she said, look, the facts in front of her about what happened on the day that he was picked as the Liberals candidate in that riding, she can't say for sure what happened. But she does say, and there's a warning here to the Liberal Party of Canada, actually, that the information in front of her is serious enough that she thinks the Liberals need to consider making some changes to how they do nominations, that their eligibility for voting in those nominations, for example, are not robust enough.